y'all? Now, what is up, y'all? We are here to do another character creation stream. We're going to be creating Amber and Peter's characters for the Star Wars Force and Destiny role-playing game that we are starting on Monday. Super excited to do it. I still have a lot of work to put into it, but you know, it is what it is. What's up, gamers? Says No More Mutants, aka Nick. Thanks for being here, Nick. You'll get to see me fuck up their characters. So, we're gonna be doing the same thing that we did last week with Nick's character. We're gonna run through the basic character creation. There are 10 steps, and we'll take time as we go through, and we're going to be kind of doing them simultaneously, so that we're not just making a character and then the other person is just waiting till the end for their character. So, a couple of the steps that we have determine our background, which is just the basic idea. Determine your morality, if you're good or bad, and what type of bonus stuff you get. Select a species, which is given. Select your career and specialization, which is your class and then your subclass. Invest your experience points. So pretty much just building the powers and talents and everything like that. Determine your derived attributes. So this is all of like your skill points and everything like that. Determine your motivation, which is exactly what it sounds like. Choose your gear, which for you guys it's just going to be nothing, so we're not going to worry about it. And then when we all get together on Monday, we will determine a group resource. So let's go ahead and like I said, we're going to be doing this at the same time, but who wants to go first?
You can, Amber.
Okay, yeah, I'll go first.
Cool. So, we are going to determine our background. Which, it's really just like your idea. It doesn't have any effect on your player character stats or anything like that. It's just kind of what you think about your character or what you want them to aspire to be. Because, remember, we're children. We're going to be children. So,
so I made up this idea 5 minutes ago.
Cool.
It's pretty good. If I say so myself, I figured it out when I was reading the race is like kind of description a little the Miralon race.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like they have tattoos on their face because of their hardship and their bodies, and like they're focused on their faith and their destiny. So I like the idea that, you know, because kids are usually taken away from families, like to become Jedi, right? When they're super young.
Exactly. Yeah, you guys are young ones.
Right, whereas some people, it might look like, you know, it sucks, you know, they're being literally stolen. That's right, yeah, stealing babies. Not cool. Don't understand why people are like...
So yeah, not babies, but like, babies.
But babies, you know, but people are just like, yeah, cool, take my baby, you know?
Yeah.
I like the idea of, like, them being like, you know, hey, this is your destiny, and my character is just like, yeah, it's my destiny to be the best Jedi. It's clear. I am the best Jedi. That's me. That's who I am. That's it. There's nothing else.
Just being a Jedi.
Oh, not just a Jedi.
The best Jedi. Gotcha.
I am clearly the best Jedi. All you other motherfuckers, I don't understand why they brought these other kids here, because I'm the one that was chosen.
Okay. So there are just some like basic backgrounds that we can choose from that. But we don't need to write it down. I think that's a great idea. That's a great idea, and we'll see how that that'll play with your morality, because that could be good
or bad.
you know, not so good.
Right. And it's not necessarily, you know, he could or could not be a chosen one, or you know, but it's just, I'm gonna say she
She.
could or could not be a chosen one, but you know what? Fuck it. She believes it. You
Okay.
know, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. So that's our background. Peter, what about your background? What are you thinking for your dude or dudette?
So yeah, I think the idea that I came up with was kind of like that this dude was like born in a family that is like a richer family from the planet that the Zabroks are from, and they were trying to kind of make a lot of offspring in order to increase their chances of having a very force powerful baby, and I'm that force powerful baby. So kind of child of a rich family who were trying to like craft the most powerful like force baby. So I think that might have a little interesting similarity with Amber's character trying to be like the best
Okay.
Jedi, but I think more of like my parents want me to be the best Jedi ever, and I'm just kind of along for the ride in that role.
Gotcha.
Big rival energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, yeah, some big rival energy. Cool. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Um, okay, and yeah, with that, we'll see how that plays with morality as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
I changed my mind. My character's gonna be male though.
Male.
'Cause-
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine. um, so anime rivals, Nick says.
It is kind of.
I think that's
I loosely based my character idea off of like Todoroki from My Hero Academia
I
a
don't want to
little
use my
bit.
left side.
A little bit, yeah.
That makes me Bakugo.
God, that's fantastic. Okay, so those are our backgrounds, and then we have our basic morality. So initially, every character begins with their morality of 50. And let me actually zoom in so people can. Oh, I don't know. That's kind of hard for me to read. Let's see. That's fine. So initially, each character begins with a morality of 50. However, to represent their prior experiences in the galaxy, they can choose to modify their starting morality, or to gain additional experience points or credits to purchase additional gear. When creating a character, each player may select one of the following options for that character. Gain 10 starting experience. This experience increases the starting experience the player gains when they select their species, and can be used to increase skills, characteristics, etc., etc., etc. There's also gain 2,500 starting credits, gain 5 starting XP and 1,000 starting credits, or change your morality. Now, I'd say as children, you can't really change your morality because we're not sure where you're going yet. But if you guys want to do any of the other 3 options, you can.
I think
Yeah.
I think my character is definitely going to do the gain 2,500 starting credits just since he's from a rich family.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, I'm sorry, Pete. Do you want me to also have a sheet out for you as well?
No, I can
Okay.
I can take care of it.
Cool. All right, Amber. What are you thinking for your dude?
I mean, like he probably doesn't know his morality yet, right? Like at this point. So, I don't know.
If you want a suggestion, I'd say
Sure,
probably
yeah.
the 10% or the 10 starting experience, just because you're
Yeah.
trying to build up to be the best Jedi ever. And I think Pete's makes sense because you're coming from a rich family. So,
Yeah. I'll do that then.
Cool.
Yeah.
let me pull back up the sheet. Do.
I don't think my guy comes from a rich family though, for sure.
So we'll start out with 110 experience. Cool. Very cool. All right. So that's the morality. So Nick actually rolled his emotional strength and weaknesses. I don't know if you guys want to do the same, but pretty much it's just like your characteristics of like what are you good at with like so are you brave? Are you cautious? What do you hate in the world? Stuff like that. So you guys can either choose or you can roll on a D100 table twice, I guess. One for your strength and one for your weakness.
Definitely brave, not cautious.
So there are other options. I mean, it's not just those. So yeah, so I can read them off. There's bravery, love, caution, enthusiasm, compassion, mercy, curiosity, pride, independence, ambition, justice, and discipline on the strengths. And then there's also the 97 to 100, which means you get 2 strength and weaknesses. Our weaknesses are anger, jealousy, fear, recklessness, hatred, weakness, obsession, arrogance, coldness, greed, cruelty, and obstinance. So.
Okay, I already know which ones I'm gonna pick.
You get one.
On either emotional strength or emotional
I'm sorry.
weakness?
You get one of each.
Oh, okay. So I'll probably pick ambition.
Okay.
For him, and arrogance.
How did I fucking forget how to spell arrogance? Is it ARRA? Am I just dumb?
ARRO.
Arrogance. Yeah. There we go. Cool. And then,
actually, can we do ambition and jealousy?
Jealousy? Sure.
Yeah, instead, because he probably wouldn't like Yeah, he's probably arrogant, but probably more jealous than anything.
Okay.
Of anyone doing better than him.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then Pete, what are you gonna choose? Are you gonna roll on the table?
I chose pride and coldness. I figured the coldness kind of because he's coming from like a richer family isn't as understanding of other financial situations. I think that might be a little fun to kind of play around with. And then pride just because he was like the chosen one of his family.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Cool. Yeah, and then so there are different ways to trigger our morality in conflict. So morality is kind of just what we went over, but there are bonuses and penalties to having, I guess, too much morality and too little morality. But it also depends on light side and dark side. So I think it's 71 for that means you're a light side character, and 29 for a dark side character, or you have to go over those thresholds. And it just means, your light side powers are better, your dark side powers are better, or worse, or whatever. And that depends on what you do in the game. So at the end of every session, we're going to roll for anything that you had conflict with. So that's kind of like your bad decisions, But yeah, so very cool. Yeah, some of the things are like, on the dark side, when the character's morality falls before 20, dark side force user strength threshold is decreased by 1, and wound threshold is increased by 1. So it's like, you're weaker in exerting yourself, but you can take a little bit more damage, whereas light side, the strain threshold is increased by 1 for above 80, and then above 90 it's plus 2 instead. So okay, cool. So
is it too late to change jealousy to arrogance again? Because
no, not at all.
That'll be the last time, I swear. But yeah, this is an interesting system.
Yeah, my body's ready for it. There's a lot of stuff that I need to think of. Like, oh yeah, what happened? Oh yeah, did you do this? Oh yeah, did you do? So yeah. But okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the species. So this is where we're going to start putting our first points. So Amber, you said you're going to be Mirielin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm just going to put these side by side so I can type in numbers. Zoom out and up there. So you get 1 brawn, 2 agility, 2 intellect, 2 cunning, 3 willpower, and 2 presence.
I think that's Keldor's.
Am I just dumb and reading I am? You are right. So you get 2 brawn, 3 agility, 2 intellect, 1 cunning, 2 willpower, and 2 presence. Your wound threshold is going to be 11 plus brawn, but we're going to figure that out all after, when we figure everything out. So also you get 1 rank in discipline and 1 rank in cool. But you can't go above rank 2 in either during character creation.
Okay.
Okay. And then Peter, you were going to be a Zabrak.
Yes.
And that's in this book too, right?
Yeah, right there.
Sweet. And you already filled all this out?
Yep.
Cool. And then your fearsome countenance, you get your automatic advantage to all coercion checks, which is pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm excited for that.
My body's ready. You also start with 1 rank in survival, and you can't train it above 2. That's all. But you also start with 100 experience, and then we'll figure out extra point stuff later. Okay, career-wise. So career is going to be your main class. So there's the consular, there's the warrior, there's the seeker, the guardian. Did you guys have any thought about what you wanted your main class to be? And then we can go through, I guess, subclass stuff.
I was thinking probably warrior.
Okay.
It seems like a brutish class, right?
Yeah. So Nick and I found that it's weird. It's weird. I don't know how else to explain it other than it's weird. So his character is like, so there's the warrior role, and you have the aggressor, the Shicho Knight, and then the Starfighter Ace. So he picks Starfighter Ace, which you wouldn't really think would be a warrior. So at least I wouldn't, unless we're thinking like Starfighter. Oh, Starfighter pilot. Okay, I guess maybe, but
I felt like warrior or guardian would be the right one.
So let's see. We have the aggressor. The aggressor relies on fear to intimidate his opponents. Aggressors tend to be tough and dangerous combatants, able to dish out brutal damage to anyone who fights them while surviving the same. They use their confident, terrifying attitudes to convey this to their opponents. Some aggressors hope their enemies back down without a fight, but others fall into the trap of relishing the fear they inspire. And you get some cool skills with that. And then there's your whole talent tree, which seems to lean more, or I guess it could lean dark side. If that's the end goal that you're thinking about. Don't tell me if you are, but end goal that you're thinking about. The Shicho Knight is V, you should log into yours to avoid confusion. Agreed. I agree. The ancient lightsaber fighting style, the Shicho, is said to be the first lightsaber form taught to the Jedi and their predecessors. It focuses on the essentials of saber fighting and borrows heavily from other sword fighting techniques. Appropriately, the modern practitioners of this form focus on perfecting the core tenets of sword fighting, recognizing the strength and simplicity Shicho knights eschew fancy maneuvers, preferring to focus on the fundamentals of block, parry, and strike.
Nice.
So there
I
are
like that.
those. Or you could be a Starfighter ace like Nick. And then there's also the Sentinel, which I guess is kind of more tanky, if you want to say it like that. But there are options with that. And then you said the Guardian as well was another thought.
Sentinel looks pretty good. Let's see.
Adherents of the Guardian career are driven by a strong sense of responsibility and compassion. Most Guardians have a swagger about them.
Yeah, but not an entitled probably swagger. My guy definitely has a bit of a sense of entitlement. Needs to be knocked down a couple pegs.
That's fair. So we can also think about like what kind of starting skills you get. So with the Sentinel, the starting skills are computers, deception, knowledge of core worlds, perception, skullduggery, and stealth.
The show the
Shicho Knight.
Mm-hmm.
So the main of the warrior is athletics, brawl, cool, melee, perception, and survival. Oh, Nick, you know what? Oh, never mind. No, we did it right.
Okay.
Yeah, so athletics, brawl, cool, melee, perception, and survival. You get to choose 3 of those. And then the Shicho Knight, you get to then choose 2 more with athletics, coordination of lightsaber, and melee.
I'll probably end up doing that one.
Okay, cool. Do you wanna mull it over for a minute, and I'll get to Pete?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure. I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
we can throw that in.
Yeah.
Cool. So let me pull that back up. So our skills are. So you get to choose 3 from athletics, brawl, cool, melee, perception, and survival. So go ahead and pick 3 of those. Now you are proficient in all of those, so I'm gonna click all the proficient boxes. So athletics, brawl, melee, perception, and survival. Did I miss one? Cool. Okay.
I'm gonna do athletics, perception, and survival.
Okay. Athletics, perception.
Actually, no. I'm gonna do athletics, brawl, and perception.
Athletics, perception, brawl. Okay.
Oh, am I proficient in cool?
You are.
Oh, okay. Then I'll do athletics.
So you already have a rank in cool from your.
Oh, I can't do
species.
another rank.
No,
right.
you can. You can. You just can't go above 2.
Oh, okay. I'll do athletics, cool, and perception then.
Okay. Take that away. Put that in there. Okay. All right. And then from your Shicho, you get 2. You can do athletics, coordination, lightsaber, or melee. You get to choose 2 of those. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. You can choose 2 of those.
Okay. What were they again? Can you say them again?
Yeah. Athletics, coordination, lightsaber, and melee.
Lightsaber.
Okay.
Coordination.
Cool.
For those 2.
And you get a free rank in both of those. So,
Sweet.
let me confirm that you don't get ranks in everything. Okay, cool. And then you are a force level of 1.
Awesome.
They're
Okay.
proficient in the other things for their Shicho as well, right?
Um,
As they're added as an
yes.
additional career skill. Okay,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
wanted to
Yeah.
make sure.
Yep. Yeah. 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 So you're they are career skills, and then you get 1 free rank in 2 of those.
Right. Okay.
So, cool. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Pete. What were you thinking?
Yeah, I was gonna do Mystic and specifically the Makashi duelist
Okay.
specialization.
Scroll
I think it kind of
down.
goes with how like they could tell that I had force powers when I was born, so I was thinking Mystic for that.
Okay.
And the Makashi duelist, I think ties in well with the species since it is a little more martial arts heavy species.
Yeah, yeah, I'd agree with that. Um, so your career skills, I'm assuming you put this down, but for the people at home,
Mhm.
your career skills are charm, because I can speak, charm, coercion, knowledge of lore, knowledge of the outer rim, perception, and vigilance. And then your other career skills with Makashi Duelist are charm, cool, coordination, and lightsaber. So you can choose 3 from the first, 2 from the second.
Yeah, I am going. I chose from the first. I chose. Let me look at this. I chose vigilance, lore of or intelligence of lore,
Mm-hmm.
or I guess knowledge of lore, and coercion.
Okay.
And then the other two I picked coordination and lightsaber.
Sweet. And you mark down that you are proficient in everything, right? In all of those?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
All right. Um, sweet. Very cool. All right, let's go back up to the character creation. So, we did career, we did our specialization. Now let's go ahead and invest some experience points. So, Amber,
Yeah.
you get 110 experience points that we can spread across a lot of different things. You cannot raise. Oh, excuse me. Um, you cannot raise any characteristic above 10. I'm sorry, above 5 during your character creation. Um, and so your characteristics are like your brawl. I'm sorry, not brawl. Your brawn. Um, it's the top numbers here. So brawn, agility, intellect, cunning, willpower, presence. Um, and your
So the ones I use for fighting, like using force and lightsaber, he's the person's not a charismatic guy, creature, person, man.
right.
So
So those are your skills. So all the things that we talked about were skills, and then but your characteristics you can't go above 5. So for example, you have 2 brawn, 3 agility, 2 intellect. So your ability scores. If we want to translate it to 5e. So you can't raise any of those above 5. And the cost is 10 times the new number. So, for example, if you wanted to go from 2 brawn to 3 brawn, you would have to spend 30 experience points on that.
and how many do I?
You have 110.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. So, and then you could do skills, but you can't go above 2 in any specific skill. The points for those are 5 times the new rank. So, for example, if you're going from 1 to 2, you're spending 10 experience on that. For a cross class, you're spending an additional 5. So, if you wanted to go from 0 to 1, you would spend 10 If you want to go from 1 to 2, then you would spend the 10 to get to level 1, and then the additional to level 2. So it's not like you have to buy each one sequentially. So you can also buy talents in your tree. We have to follow the branches on that. You can buy force powers. There aren't limits on that really, other than we need to make sure it's a level 1 force tree, and that that you have the points for everything and that you follow the tree. Or you can buy a new specialization. And your points are used 10 times the total number of character specializations. So, it would be the one that you already have plus the new one. So for a total of 20 points for your first new characterization, if you wanted to do that. I know I just threw a lot at you. So.
What? Yeah. Yep, I got it though. Kinda.
Okay. Kinda. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
But I'm all along for the ride. I got this.
So, do you have any idea what you want to spend points in? Like I said, you have 110. So the good thing about this is there's a lot of customization. So if you wanted to, you could throw all your points in skills, all your points in your characteristics, and that's it. You don't have to buy talents, you don't have to buy force powers, you don't have to buy a new specialization. Or if you only wanted to buy force powers, you could do that.
I would like to look at the force powers because that sounds dope as fuck. So
let's see what our force power options are. Where are those? Oh yeah. Talents. I would assume.
The next Twitch channel is just hearing you sing.
Yeah. Oh, there's
Hefty the Singer? Question mark?
Hefty the Singer. Oh no. Please, God, no. Anything but that. Alright, let's go to the force. Let's see. So there are a lot of options, actually. So we have all of these different trees. I don't know if you can see that on your end. But so all of them have a prerequisite of things. So for example, battle meditation, you can't get until force rating 2. But we could do...
What can I get a force rating 1 though?
We could do enhance, which is like you get extra things to specific skills. So if you bought enhance athletics, when making an athletics checks, you may roll an enhanced power check as part of your pool. You can spend light or dark side points to gain either a success or a advantage on your check. That's what Nick did. He bought, I think, all the way down the left here. So he got that, and then enhance on coordination as well, and piloting, and committing a force die to it as well. So you could do something like that. There's also the Force C, which the basic of that is the Force user can feel the Force flowing around everything, seeing what it is and what it will be. I'm going to assume that you wouldn't want to do that, just because you're... Yeah. Okay. Heal and harm. So the Force user bolsters his ally with renewed vigor and saps his foe of vital energy. You can only heal as a light side user, though. But harm you can use light or dark side
or either.
Inflict. Yeah. So you could do that, which seems slightly damaging. There's also influence, which is as it sounds. Misdirect. Force user creates illusions. Move. You can move objects via the Force, and then there are different options in that. Let's see. Protect and unleash, but that's not until Force rating 3.
Okay.
Seek. Lead the way to something lost or forgotten, and then things that also go with that. Sense. Interact with the world around you, and things of that nature. I'm trying to see if there's like a combat one. I don't think there is. There's not. So the protect, whatever it is.
What's protect again?
You need to be level 3 for it, or force rating 3 at least.
I might move actually. Like that can't really be used for battle though, can it?
Let's see. You can hurl objects to damage targets by making ranged combat checks with a move power.
I was thinking like push or pull, like sort of deal, but no.
The force user can pull objects out of secure mountings. Let's see if there's a very specific throwing.
Yeah, because I was thinking like push or pull, like type of thing for all sorts of things.
It doesn't look. I mean, I'd let you like do that, but it doesn't look like there's that specific option.
Okay.
Yeah. So move
That's
an
fine.
object of solo at 0. Okay.
Well, then for now, I'll just put it in. I guess battle meditation would probably be the best for this character. Thinking about it, it would help boost. You know, they would want to boost their power any way they could, so that would probably do it.
Battle meditation. Let me scroll back up. Was that the first one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I think that's level 2. Anyways, yeah, it's level 2.
Oh.
So.
Oh, I can't do battle meditation then.
Nope.
So. If it's level 2, right?
Correct. And it's force level, so not regular level, but force level.
Oh, right. I think I only have force level 1.
Correct. Right. So, but there are also talents if you want to look in the talent trees.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So career specialization. So scrolling all the way down. There's a lot to do here. Pete, you're in the wings.
I know. I'm like frantically reading over these force powers.
Because
this is where I stopped when I was creating, because I was like, "There's a lot here."
Yeah, there's a lot. Okay, so warrior, and she chose 9. Okay, so these are your force or your talents in general. So, can you see that? Okay.
Kinda. Let me pull it up on the Twitch.
I can read it as well if that helps. So you have plenty of options, but we have to follow the trees down. And there are active skills and passive skills. So, for example, one of the skills on the top row is parry. When hit by a melee attack, suffer 3 strain to reduce damage by 2 plus ranks in parry. And you can buy parry twice at first rank or at first level. And then there's a third one on the third line, and a fourth one on the last line. But then there's also things like toughened, where you gain 2 wound threshold. So, and that's a passive one. So there are plenty of options, like I said. On our first tree, or on our first list, we have parry, second wind, where you use second wind incidental to recover strain equal to ranks in second wind. So at second wind 1, you just gain +1. And yeah. So as we go down the tree, each set of points, or each level, takes extra experience points to buy. So the first level is 5, second level is 10, third level is 15, fourth level is 20, and fifth level is 25. So now, of course, you could, if you wanted to, you could go all the way down the left tree, and 5, 15, 30, 50... You could spend 75 of your experience points all the way down the left tree if you wanted. Or you can mix and match as best you see fit. So.
Can you scroll down?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
All the way down the left?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
So those are all active skills, so you have to say what you're going to do on them. Let me or when you're going to do them, I should say.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. So we have talents and specials. Parry. 1. And I'll fill all this in later. I'm not going to fill it all in now. Second wind.
Cool. Huh?
1. Quick draw. 1. Natural Blade Master. 1. And Center of Being. 1. I don't know why I wrote it like that. Center of Being. 1. Cool. So that's 75 of your points. You still have, I'm good at math, 35 left.
Okay.
Let's see. 70, yeah. So you have 35 left.
Okay.
That you can either put into skills, or you can put into your characteristics, or you can put into even buying another specialization, or even putting into more talents like here. Up to you. You got plenty of stuff.
What do you think?
So if it were me, I would probably buy something either skill related, characteristic related, or for me specifically, I would probably buy Toughened, the first rank of Toughened, and then the first rank, or I guess the second level rank of Multiple Opponents.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking that too. That's a good idea.
Cool.
Definitely.
So we'll say Toughened, so you get +2 to your wound threshold. I'm going to put that just as kind of a parenthesis. +2. And then the other thing was multiple opponents. Let's see. Add fuck, what are those called? The blue one to your lightsaber brawl and melee checks when engaged with multiple opponents, which is pretty cool. You still have 20 points left.
Okay.
So-
Can I put them in my? I'm gonna put them in my skills.
Sure.
In brawn.
In brawn. Okay.
Would that raise it by 1?
If you had 30 points, you could. So it's to the next one. So from 2 to 3 is going to be 30 points. Now, if you wanted to do brawl, which is a class skill that you have, you could put. Let me confirm I'm thinking this right. You can put 2 ranks in. Let me double check. Contents. Invest. Characteristic is 10 times the new one. Okay? And then 5 times purchase rank. So you could buy rank 1 in Brawl, and then rank 2, and that would be 15 points, because you're already in on that. Or you can spread it out. You can buy 1 point in 4. Well, so you can put a point in perception, a point in survival, a point in melee, and a point in brawl, and that would be all 20 of your points. Or you could do it a different way.
No, I like that. Let's do that.
Okay. So that. Why is it not? Okay, so. Oh, I'm sorry. I think you already chose cunning, or perception as one of your first things, right?
Oh yeah, I did.
Okay. For some reason, and this happened with Nyx, it doesn't fill in the box.
Okay. So do I have to pick another one? I'll pick.
So that would put 1 in all of your. So you could pick 1 rank 1 and then 1 rank 2 of things that you already have.
All right, I'll do that then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have, well, let me rephrase. So you have available to you for rank 1 survival, brawl, and melee. You could buy 2 of those and 1 rank 2. Or you could buy all 3 and have 5 experience left.
I'll buy all 3.
And have 5 experience left?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, at this point, I would suggest, because you only have 5 experience left, for me personally, I would put that 5 in a second rank of parry.
Yeah, let's do that.
Cool. But again, that's just me.
No, that's a good idea.
So
I like it.
We'll put parry 2. And then you are out of experience. Cool.
Dun,
All right. Peter, what you got?
Yeah, hi. You would think I would have had all that time to plan it out, right? There's just so many options. I'm thinking if I'm gonna choose force power tree, I would do influence.
Okay.
And then I also am interested in doing some of those ability things, but I'm not entirely sure which ones yet. So, let's see here.
So yeah, you have a lot of options.
Yeah, it's scary how many options.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Which I mean, it's cool because it makes everything unique. Also, how does the tree work? Can you go like? Do you go like horizontally?
So you have to follow where the branches are. So for example, if you bought influence basic power, you can then buy range, magnitude, and control. But if you
Right.
bought either range or magnitude, you have to go down to the next control. You can't go to the right to the strength.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Because I'm also looking at the Mystic Makashi Duelist talents. I'm trying to see if I like some of those, but you kind of have to go in a bit of a branching order.
Yeah. So, for example, Grit, you could buy both of those, but that doesn't lead you anywhere. You have to buy Resist Disarm to get anywhere
Before
else.
you go to the other stuff, and you have to get. I'm assuming you would, if you wanted to go like to the right, you would have to get Makashi technique and then over and over before you can go down.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. Let's see here, and I have 100 points to play with. Also, my character doesn't have that much presence yet, so I probably would want to bump that up a little bit because I think he's got 1 presence right now.
Yeah, you could buy a point into presence as well.
Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm so quiet. I'm just trying to like read all these things.
No, you're good.
If you have any suggestions, like, feel free.
I totally understand.
As a Makashi duelist, let's see. So what you're trying to do more, I guess. Are you trying to be more charismatic in general? Because that could also change things.
Well, like his like, I think it was his race has like an advantage to coercion checks. So things that are kind of more oriented towards like coercion would be good, since that kind of aligns with what's already kind of given.
Yeah. So then things like influence would probably be a good idea. You know.
That's what I was thinking. But also there's the martial art stuff too, which is why I was thinking a little more into the duelist stuff.
Right.
Which is why I'm confused.
There's also Misdirect, which is another tree. Force user creates illusions to fool those around him.
Yeah, I saw that, but I was reading on into the description of that, and it doesn't seem quite as much of coercion as more of kind of a like a distraction kind of thing.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Um, yeah, there, there are a lot of options.
Yeah.
So now you could also, and I'm just going to pull up Amber's chart for reference. You can also put an extra point in coercion, right? So
True, I could.
you could do that as a class skill for 10 experience and put that in there. And then you can kind of do things like that. Charm or deception, you can kind of do. So I'm sorry. When I said charisma, I was kind of putting back to D&D, and that's my fault.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about like personal skills, right?
Right,
so
right.
I'm interpersonal skills, I guess.
Mhm.
Sort of things like that, or streetwise even, which is, street knowledge. So there's stuff like that. But we could also raise up your characteristics. I was going to say your cunning is 1. That's not true. That's Amber's character's cunning.
Yeah, my character has 2 cunning. It has 3 willpower, which is as high its stat as willpower. So maybe things that kind of rely on that, which coercion is one of those things. Vigilance, I already have a point in. What else is there? Discipline, I guess. Could be nice. Although I don't imagine this character is as disciplined as someone who isn't born with like the special connection that he has.
Right.
Oh dear.
So now I'm looking also again, if we're trying to be a personable or interpersonal person, there's also the advisor specialization. So if you wanted to buy into the advisor specialization, you would spend 20 points onto that, and then even one of the first skills in that is plausible deniability. Remove a disadvantage per rank of plausible deniability from coercion and deception checks. So that's an option that you could do. Know somebody is an active skill. Once per session, when attempting to purchase a legally available item, reduce its rarity by 1 per ranks of know somebody. Knowledge is power is an option later. Kill with kindness. Remove the black die per rank of kill with kindness from all charm and leadership checks. May upgrade difficulty of incoming charm, coercion, and deception checks later. There's a lot of options in advisor as well.
Yeah.
So, smooth talker is down the line. So
right. Okay. So I'll consider that maybe later. I don't think I want to buy into that quite yet.
Okay.
Because I do want him to also like I think primarily like martial artists, but who can kind of have some of those more personable like deceptive type skills.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
So because of that, I think I'm gonna go with some of the Makashi duelist stuff.
Okay. And I have a calculator up, so I'll do your points for you.
Fantastic.
So you have 100, you said, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So resist disarm. I should get it just because that's how you get to everything else.
Yeah.
And then to get to some of the more cool things that are like farther down. Guidance engage target add that.
I also have the Star Wars music going, so it's not just silence. Don't worry.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Maybe let's do the resist disarm Makashi technique, and then I think I want to go Right. Although disarming opponents is cool too. Oh goodness, I can't decide. I'm so sorry. My decision-making skills. This is this is why I was doing it on my own for a while, because I knew I could just take my time.
I mean, there's no rush. This is like, I think one of the last things that we need to do anyway.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We'll
Okay, that
finish
makes
the
me feel.
attributes and motivations, and that's it. So.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally only been an hour.
Okay.
And
okay,
I think it's only gone so quick because I did this with Nick last week. So I'm much more into it. I made a few characters on my own, so.
Gotcha. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna. Let's see. Adding that would be nice. I could do this.
Now, question: do you want me to just come back to you?
No, I think I haven't.
We can talk it through as well if you want.
Yeah, so I was thinking maybe just going straight down that second row to get to some gem. Hopefully I have enough points for that. I think I do.
You should, yeah.
Just looking at it.
5, 15, 30, 50, 75. Yep.
And then that way I have a little bit of options with some of the like the feint thing. Allows me to make the opponent's next attack like more difficult, and then like the improved parry is really cool. Because it does what does it hit? May hit attacker once with the lightsaber, brawl, or melee weapon after. Yeah, okay. So that's pretty cool compared to the original parry, I think. And then the sum gem is cool, I think, because it disarms the opponent.
Yeah, I agree. So, with parry, with improved parry, let me rephrase, you could also buy parry to actually do that, you know? So you would have to do that first as well. You can have it, and then we can figure out how to do where you could say that you parried, I guess.
Oh, I got you.
So parry is a skill in itself, or in a
right. So
thing in itself.
Improved parry only works if you have parry to begin with.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Which the first rank of it only costs 5. So,
right.
If you wanted to do that, you would have 20 points left.
Okay. And then if I did that and then went to my character sheet, then I can maybe put another point in present. How does the characteristic points work?
So
like
it's
spending wise?
I believe. Let me go back. I think it's 10 times
the next one.
Yeah. So 10 times the purchase rating and experience. So for example, if you were going from 1 to 2, it would be 20 points.
Okay.
So.
Which is what I would be doing. Yeah, I think that would be good. And then later on down the line, I can work on the, oh my gosh, that zoomed in eye. And then later on down the line, I can buy force powers, I think.
Yeah. And I think that would also make sense story-wise as well, right? Because you guys, well, you're kids, right? So
right.
of course, you could have some force influence, some force powers, and stuff like that. I'm not gonna, completely take that away from you and make you put points. Make you put points into everything. But yeah. So for example, you could be like, I really want to try to use force manipulation or whatever, and say these aren't the droids you're looking for. You could certainly try it. It would just be super, super, super difficult. So I'm not gonna say no to most things. So
Right.
But if you have the skill, then obviously it's not going to be as difficult. So.
Right.
But cool. So yeah, if you want to put a skill from a characteristic from 1 to 2, that's 20 points, and that would be all of your points.
Right. I'm thinking about whether I want to do that or if I want to invest in the force power tree. Is there strength anywhere else, or is that the only place that strength occurs? Discipline, influence, power check. Okay.
Hey, while you're doing this, I'll be right back. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You're good.
What you guys are
Sorry.
working on?
Um,
You wanna eat? You hungry?
although presence is good for lightsaber stuff, but we don't even have lightsabers yet, so.
Right.
And also, how quickly do you gain experience in this kind of game?
That's a great question. I'll let you know.
Okay.
I'm still reading through everything. Here, let's see if we can search that.
Because, if it costs if 100 experience is like a lot, and I'm just kind of using it all up on like lightsaber stuff that I won't get until later, maybe I change my mind on that. But if 100 experience isn't even a whole lot compared to what we'll get over time, then maybe different.
Let's see. Skill training, acquiring talents, okay. Acquiring specialization. It doesn't say right there, which I think is weird. Okay, experience and development. So I guess pretty much I just give you experience, which is fine. I can give you experience. We'll probably do a little bit of experience each session.
Right.
Maybe anywhere from 5 to 10, depending on what happens. And seeing as though our sessions are only going to be about 2 hours long, I think 5 to 10 for what you guys do would probably be fine. So,
Okay. And since we're not getting lightsabers for a while, it might not be worth investing in all of those lightsaber abilities that I just talked about with the Makashi duel stuff.
Well, so yeah, I don't know. So in my mind, personally, I would rather be prepared ahead of time than if we got to, you start with lightsabers and then, I don't have my Makashi skill, and I have to wait 4 more sessions to get the skill I want. But that's just me.
That's
just
true.
Me. So, of course, I'm going to leave it up to you. I'm not going to, tell you what to do. So.
No, that's a good point. That's a really good point. And my character doesn't have any combat skills besides lightsaber, which is probably problematic, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
That's...
Now that I'm looking at it, yeah. Which I would have thought maybe Zabrox would have like, because I think they normally use like a quarterstaff of some sort, like a bladed quarterstaff thing.
Yeah, it's like a Zaburo or something like that.
Yeah. So is that brawl or would that be melee?
I would call that melee.
Okay. I feel like I should invest in that then. So I just have something, some sort of ability to combat.
So
yeah.
we can specifically read it. So melee, all ranged weapons require some sort of ammunition. Wait, what? Well, oh, okay, never mind. Melee weapons depend on wielder strength. However, core principles remain the same. Yeah. So, but it's a brawn check, just like Brawl is. So Brawl, most characters who grew up in a hostile environment would have some knack for Brawl. So it's pretty much like your natural weapons or like unarmed fighting.
Okay. Okay. Then the quarterstaff thing would definitely be melee then.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, I think, and then going from 0 to 1 when you don't have career proficiency in something, how many experience points is that?
A lot.
It is?
No. Here, let me get back to it. It is?
I was gonna take you at face value there.
So, in non-rank skills, each rank must be purchased sequentially. Each rank in a non-career skill costs an additional 5. So from 0 to 1, it would cost 10 instead of 5. From 1 to 2, it would cost 15 instead of 10.
Instead of 10, right. Okay.
And you can't go above 2 in character creation.
Right. Okay. And can I save experience like for later, or is that not what you like with the starting experience not feasible?
You can. I'll say yeah. I'll say that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say that's fine. I don't think you have to spend. Let's see. The experience points used during character creation are the same points received during play. If a character chooses to spend fewer experience points during character creation than his budget, those points carry over into the game.
Okay.
So yeah.
Cool. Alright, good. Then I will probably it was 75 to get up to some jump.
Yep.
Alright, then I'll do that, and then I will invest 1 point in melee.
Okay.
Or like what for 1 rank in melee.
So you have 15 left.
So 15 left. So I can't go from 1 to 2 in presence. But that's okay. I can maybe do that later, or I can. I also needed to spend the.
Is your presence a class skill?
It's a characteristic.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. My brain's
I do want to buy into parry though.
Okay.
For 5.
Cool. And then there's a secondary parry for 10 if you just want to finish that out. But that's.
What is the? Why would? So how does that work? Do you?
So it stacks.
When you have 2.
So for example, when hit by a melee attack, suffer 3 strain to reduce damage by 2 plus ranks in parry. So if you had 2 ranks in parry, you would reduce your damage by 4 instead of by 3.
Okay. Or I could do duelist training, which I think is cooler.
Yep. Add your blue to melee and lightsaber checks. When only engaged with one opponent. Now, if you had more than one, they wouldn't.
Right. Okay. Yeah, never mind then. Oh, actually, I know what I'll spend that last 10 on. I'll spend it on influence basic power.
Okay.
For the force power tree.
Cool. So you went all the way down the second tree, plus 1 parry, right? leaving you with 10 points using your influence, correct? And your point in
Yeah. And then the point in yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
Okay. I just need to write all of that down now.
You can always go back and watch.
That's true.
Sweet. So, and that was all of your experience, correct?
Yes. Now I'm down to 0.
All right. So now we'll go ahead and determine our derived attributes. We would have wound threshold. And I'll just go based off of Amber's chart. It is your brawn. Here, let's see. A character's starting wound threshold is determined by adding the wound threshold for their species to their brawn rating. So 2 plus 2 for your other point. And then I believe it's 10 here. 107. Okay, 50. So yeah, your wound threshold is 11 plus brawn, so 13 plus your 2 from the point thing that you got. So 15. And 15.
Cool.
Your strain is going to be 10 plus your willpower. So it's going to be 12. Your defense right now is going to be 0 in both. And then we got to figure out what your soak is, which I believe is also brawn. So the only way that you can upgrade your wound threshold is through talents like toughened. Strain is depending on your willpower, but again, also based on talents such as grit. Defense is based on your clothes and stuff like that. Soak, though, does change. So if you raised your brawn rating, that would increase your soak. So, for example, Amber's character has 2 brawn, so soak value is 2. But if we bumped up our brawn to 3, it would go up to 3. Also depends on armor and such, or talents that you buy as well. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's pretty. That was the easiest one. So, also, actually, while I have this up, and Amber, I'm gonna save this and I'll send it to you. What is your character's name?
I didn't think about that. Can I get back to you on game day with it?
You absolutely can.
Cool.
That's fine.
Kind of like the mystery of like revealing it on game day.
Yeah, that's fine. And then our specialization we said was Shicho. Okay. And so Peter, does that make sense for skills? I'm sorry, attributes?
Yeah, so it was the wound threshold for the race plus
Plus your brawn.
what was it? Brawn, yeah, for the wounds, and then strain was strain threshold of the race as well, plus the willpower. Okay, yeah. Okay. Got it.
Defense is going to be 0-0, and then your soak is going to be your brawn.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then we determine your motivations is the last step that we take as individuals. So there are 3 different categories of motivation. Of course, you can have different motivations as well. But so there's ambition, cause, and faith, which are exactly what they sound like. Your ambition is a very, very specific, or it can be a very, very specific ambition, that's kind of your drive. So, for example, on the chart, there's revenge, wealth, power, become a Jedi, survival, glory, destroy the Sith, enlightenment, expertise, and discovery. So, Amber, I would assume become a Jedi.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's scroll down to that. Motivation, ambition, become a Jedi. 50. And I think that's it. I don't think that you should have more than one. At least not yet. Yeah. And then, of course, you can have, like, secret motivations. You don't have to share your motivations with others, pretty much. So, I should say as player characters, we're doing the... Oh, we lost Amber. Oh, Amber's back. Yeah, so you... Of course, it's all right. We're talking about our motivations and stuff now, but if you want to keep it secret from each other's characters, that's fine.
Oh, my character has no secrets.
Right.
They're pretty base.
So Peter, what are you thinking for your motivation?
I wasn't sure, so I just rolled a d10 and it said enlightenment, and I think that kind of makes sense.
And so that's for ambition. You don't have to choose ambition. You can do a specific cause or a specific faith as well.
Oh, right. Okay.
Though I think ambition is probably, now I'm looking at these, that's probably the one. Yeah, in causes, there's freedom, restore the Jedi, galactic peace, justice, stop the rebellion, equality, help the helpless, free enterprise, overthrow the empire, and knowledge. And faith is natural world, goodness of people, friends and family, cosmic force, science and reason, the Jedi code, imperial rule, rebellion, religious code, and nothing. So probably ambition is gonna be your...
Well, I don't know. I mean, he was kind of chosen based off of like a detectable power from his parents, so maybe faith, honestly.
Okay.
Since he's a mystic. But I don't know which of these would be a specific faith. Maybe the cosmic force, just because like comes from a family that believes that he's like a chosen one and stuff, and that he was chosen for a reason, and that kind of drives some of his pride and things. I think that might make sense.
Okay, that works for me. Yeah, the chosen one. Cool, very cool. Yeah, so that's really it. There's the choosing our gear and appearance, which you guys can just talk about your appearances in game on Monday, and talk about what tattoos or markings or whatever you have, how tall, what you look like, your color, whatever. And then we'll go through a group resource, and we'll figure that out as well. So it'll probably be mentor, just based on how our story's going, or it could be holocron. We'll see. But yeah, that's it. We made our characters.
I missed for the starting gear. What are we doing for the starting gear?
So
stuff?
it'll be you'll have your money that you have, but other than that, it's just, everybody's gonna have the same stuff that I'll tell you on Monday. So
okay.
Yeah. So, it'll probably be like, you have a tunic. I'll look and see what makes sense the most for children's. And yeah, I'll let you guys know before that, so you can mark it on your sheets. But yeah. All right. Do either of you have any questions about anything that we've done today?
Not right now. Still kind of taking it all in, honestly.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And so as we go, I'm also gonna. I mean, I'll probably drop in like an extra bonus thing here and there. You know, it all just depends on what we do and how this all comes together. I have a lot of work ahead of me for the weekend, so. But yeah. Oh, and then Peter, what's your character's name?
I don't know yet. I'm
Okay.
gonna figure that out.
Sounds good.
Maybe I'll find like a Star Wars name generator.
You could. You very well could. All right. Well, if that's all, then we are done, and that's it. Only took an hour and a half to do 2 characters.
That's
All
pretty
right.
good.
And most of that was me contemplating what to spend experience on.
That's all right. That's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I thought it was going to take much longer, to be honest, but I feel like I also kind of push you guys through stuff. So, of course, if you want to go back and look and change your decisions, please, by all means, go for it. Just let me know what you change, if anything.
Okay.
So, and then Peter, if you could, when you finish up your character sheet, if you could send it to me, that would be
Will do.
awesome.
100%, yeah.
Cool. All right, y'all. Well then, everybody that stopped by, thank you so much for coming by. Always appreciated. We will see you on Monday for our first episode of Force and Destiny. I don't know what the name is yet.
Hey, wait. We could also take name suggestions, which I would totally be down for.
Send them to our Instagram for name suggestions.
Wait, we have an
which we do
Instagram?
have.
Why
We
don't
do
you
have
plug
an
that
Instagram.
Instagram?
Because that involves doing. I have so much other stuff going on. Duh. But no, we have our own Instagram. It's DiceDiceBabyTV on Instagram. We have plenty of stuff. And I'm following a lot of just dice pages right now. So if you follow us, I'll follow you back. And who knows, we might make a Twitter as well.
You can also see the minis I painted too for the session that we
Yes.
just did.
And also the minis, because they are on there. Some of them, not all of them. Yeah, that fucking beholder. God damn it.
Dude, I have another one. I was gonna paint them and give them to you.
I have a little beholder. I have like a baby one, like that's that tall, from one of the sets.
Oh yeah, that's like a gazer or some sort of little beholder imp thing.
A little, yeah, but it's trash. It's not big enough. All right, y'all. Well, with that, we will see you on Monday. Later.
Bye.